Degen Wrestling coming at you from Degen Wrestling headquarters, which is not at all headquarters, but it is because we're actually together doing this.
Yeah, we have our old setup, which is slightly different as
It's
well, but
tweaked. It's tweaked. We've upgraded.
yeah. We totally didn't fail at filming this once
No,
before. No.
absolutely not. That would never happen. We are professionals.
Yeah.
Our equipment always works.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. But that being said, since this is our very first time talking about this,
Yeah.
and we are very positive about Survivor Series war games. Why don't we just skip all the pleasantries and go right into it, because we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, we do. Starting with, well, let's just start at the top where we have our predictions. Uh Walter versus Miz.
Okay, Walter versus Miz. I'm going to be honest with you. I want the Miz to win.
I do too.
I want the Miz to win. I think it would be great.
I think it'd be great too. He tied Jericho's record.
Yeah.
Hopefully they mention Jericho's name. I think he deserves it. He's done so much for the company.
Yeah,
before he left.
1,000%. He's done a lot for wrestling, and to just take him off, it just feels scummy to me.
Now, with that being said, I don't see Gunther losing here.
I don't see Walter losing either.
So I have Walter.
I too have Walter,
and I think he'll probably lose maybe a little further down the line.
Yeah. Like, who are you thinking he's going to lose to though?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's somebody who's like up and coming, or Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Because I think Chad Gable deserves it so much.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Moving on to the next match on our list, just how we made the list: Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark.
Okay, now you're gonna laugh on this one. Okay, now all signs are pointing to Zoe Stark with how she beautifully, masterfully outsmarted Rhea Ripley by going into the Judgment Day locker room. Jacques. And so I'm thinking that the WWE is gonna swerve us by picking Rhea Ripley. I know it's a dark horse pick, but
Rhea Ripley's definitely winning this. I don't see her losing, despite if she's really distracted with all the issues in the Judgment Day, she should.
Which you could have shown,
but
you don't.
I don't think this is it. This isn't where Rhea loses. If anything, I don't think she loses until at least Rumble or Mania.
And more important than that, Zoe Stark is not big enough to beat her.
No.
If you're building up anybody on the Raw side to beat Rhea Ripley, it is Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want that either, because Rhea Ripley has done a masterful job of elevating that championship.
Yeah.
That is what a part-time champion should be, by the way.
Even though she's not part-time, that's just the way she's booked.
She's just on a part-time match schedule.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's beautiful, and her matches seem like a big deal.
Yeah, so after that, we got Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee.
Okay, now hear me out on this. They swapped out Carlito, put in Dragon Lee. Why did they swap out Carlito?
Carlito's injured.
Why did they swap out Carlito?
Carlito's injured.
Is he legit hurt?
No, so I think they were saving that for a different pay-per-view, probably. Say like
December to Dismember?
Or the Rumble. Who knows? We don't know when Carlito's out until they're trying to extend a story until Ray gets back. Yeah. So who really knows?
So Ray's getting back at what?
Rumble era time.
Yeah.
And I think they're leading towards a Legendo del Fantasma, I think is their team name, versus LWO type thing with Rey Mysterio, Carlito, and Dragon Lee being the 3 for Mania.
Rey Mysterio, Carlito, and Zelina Vega.
So that being said, I think Santos wins here to keep momentum building towards the whole Rey versus Santos feud that's bound to happen.
I think if you need to establish Santos Escobar as a heel, he has to win here.
Yeah.
There is no quarrels, no second guessing. Santos has to win here.
Absolutely. Now, something that we didn't spend an enormous amount of time talking about totally before and aren't going to do again.
Yeah.
The women's War Games match.
Okay, so can I just say flat out, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about this. SmackDown's women's division sucks.
It's not
Okay,
great.
it sucks. You got Damage Control, who are great.
Yeah.
Damage Control is amazing, but if you have to pick Becky Lynch up from Raw,
which
to
they
put
didn't
in
have
this
to.
match, you don't have to do it. You've got people on SmackDown that you could have built. You have people on NXT that you could have built. You could have had somebody from Raw come over who wasn't Becky Lynch, who wasn't already established.
Yeah, like how hard would it have
makes no
been to
sense.
have Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi save the person from Damage Control that they were attacking
Yeah.
and have that person join them?
Yep.
That would have made more sense story-wise, at least in my opinion. I mean, love Becky Lynch. She's great and all.
Yeah, absolutely do.
It seems out of place.
Yeah.
And I think this is a setup for basically that team to lose because Charlotte Flair and Becky shouldn't be able to work together.
But
and that's what I'm hoping for. So I have Damage Control in this.
I too have Damage Control. Just because I don't like the addition of Becky Lynch to that team. Simply because you're trying to pivot and tell another story and press the panic mode button. When in reality, this just shows how weak the SmackDown Women's Division is.
Yeah.
And it's purely because you have your champion against Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair all the time.
Absolutely. And then we got the men's War Games match. The return of Randy Orton after a year and a half away.
Yeah. This one, I'm going to be honest with you, very excited.
Yeah. Again, it's very similar to the last War Games match. There's a lot of tension between like both teams.
Yeah.
But I think the tension within the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre is a lot worse than on the other side. So I have the faces going over.
I too have the faces going over, but I have it for a completely different reason. I want to see Priest cash in.
I would love to see Priest cash in.
I want to see Priest
even if
cash
he fails
in off an Orton turn.
Yeah, I don't want him to fail, but they need to get that briefcase off of him.
Yeah.
If they're going to go with their issues in the Judgment Day storyline, they've got to
either way, like, and the Judgment Day issue, to go off your point, either way, Priest gets it off.
I think they need to pull the trigger here if there's issues. Have him win, have him cash in, have him win, have him cash in, have him lose because Judgment Day attacks him. Just do something with this tension instead of building it week by week, but pretending like the last week it didn't even happen until the end of the show.
It's the law of diminishing returns. You have a chance to pull the trigger here.
Yeah.
You had a chance to pull the trigger at least 2 other times.
Absolutely.
And you didn't do it, which one of those times I understood. The other time, not really.
Yeah, the other time was weird.
But that being said, now is the time. Now is the time. You've got no bloodline on this card. Yeah. This is a time for Judgment Day to shine.
Yeah. And then there's rumors of there could be a 6th match, I guess, but we are not really sure.
We haven't heard. It has not been made official, and until Adam Pearce says it's official, I don't even want to.
Yeah, so it's just Shinsuke Nakamura has been teasing something recently. Maybe it could pay off tonight. Maybe it doesn't pay off for another couple weeks, unfortunately. But if anything comes of that for a match tonight, we will be posting our prediction for that on our TikTok. Follow us on TikTok at DegenWrestling. Nathan's Survivor Series team sucked compared to mine.
Oh,
obviously.
That's bullshit.
I had a lot more cohesion in mine.
Yeah, but you have the ultimate. You got the ultimate break. So okay, look, my team may or may not be the most cohesive team, but it's got a little bit of everything in it. Okay, it's got Shawn Michaels, Dominic Mysterio, Brock Lesnar, and Team Raider RKO.
Okay, but mine, I got Edge. I've got Edge. I've got Edge. I got Kurt Angle, and I got Sexton Hardcastle.
Okay, but where's Adam Copeland? I thought you said you had him too.
He's the coach.
Oh. My
And
apologies.
how could those 4 people not work so well together that one fuck up doesn't matter?
All you have to do is make sure that one fuck up stays in the match long enough to fuck up the other guys, and then you win. Nobody's going to fuck up Shawn Michaels in a Survivor Series match. Shawn Michaels has got an insane record of being able to hang in there till the end.
But in all seriousness, yeah, we done random teams, and I kept getting Edge.
And my team was just glorious.
But yeah, follow us over on TikTok. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We will be back for probably talking about Survivor Series
tomorrow. Why not?
Well, either tomorrow or on Monday.
Why not?
Generally, our uploads go up on Monday for that.
Yeah, they do.
So we'll be back. We'll talk about Survivor Series then, and possibly anything else that needs to be talked about.
Will there be anything?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I mean, really? It's Survivor Series.
There might be something.
It's one
we'll
of
find
my
out.
favorite pay-per-views. Just as a whole. It's like the creme de la creme of pay-per-views. Why would anybody need to talk anything less about Survivor Series? Actually, you know what? While we're here, why don't we talk about Survivor Series 2003, where Shawn Michaels